Beneath the endless expanse of the ocean lies a world almost entirely unknown, a realm of shadows, silence, and secrets that have eluded humanity for centuries. We have mapped the stars and walked on the moon, yet the depths of our own planet remain a frontier of unanswered questions and chilling mysteries. The ocean's surface is just a veil, hiding stories that defy explanation and phenomena that challenge everything we think we know. In this video, we descend into this abyss of uncertainty to confront 7 of the greatest secrets the ocean still guards. Some have haunted sailors and scientists for generations. Others have only recently emerged, revealed by fleeting glimpses through the lens of modern technology. Each one is a reminder that the ocean is not just a place of beauty and wonder, but also of profound mystery and danger. There is a region in the Western Atlantic, bounded by invisible lines, where logic seems to falter and the rules of nature appear to bend. Ships vanish without a trace. Aircraft disappear from the sky, never to be seen again. The Bermuda Triangle has become a symbol of the ocean's power to confound and terrify. Explanations range from violent storms and unpredictable currents to theories of time distortions and forces beyond our understanding. Despite decades of investigation, the truth remains elusive, swallowed by the very waters that keep their secrets so well. The Bermuda Triangle, a vast stretch of the North Atlantic Ocean between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has gripped the world's imagination for generations. More than 50 ships and 20 airplanes are said to have vanished in this region, often without a trace or distress signal. Some vessels were found completely abandoned, while others simply disappeared, leaving behind only speculation and fear. The boundaries of the triangle are not universally agreed upon, but its reputation as a place where the rules of nature seem to break down is well established. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is fueled by a long history of unexplained events. Reports of disappearances date back to the mid-19th century, but it was in the 20th century that the legend truly took hold. Incidents like the loss of Flight 19, a squadron of 5 U.S. Navy bombers that vanished in 1945, captured the public's imagination. Search and rescue missions have themselves disappeared, and wreckage is rarely, if ever, found. Over the years, countless theories have been proposed. Some are grounded in science: sudden storms, rogue waves up to 100 feet high, and powerful ocean currents like the Gulf Stream, which can erase all evidence of a disaster in minutes. Navigational errors are another possibility, especially since the triangle is one of the few places on Earth where magnetic compasses sometimes point to true north instead of magnetic north, potentially leading to catastrophic mistakes. There are also hypotheses involving methane gas eruptions from the seafloor, which could cause ships to lose buoyancy and sink instantly, or even massive underwater volcanic activity unique to the region. But not all explanations are scientific. The Bermuda Triangle has inspired tales of supernatural forces, time warps, alien abductions, and even the lost city of Atlantis. Some writers have linked the disappearances to mysterious underwater structures like the Bimini Road, while others suggest that a parallel universe or a rift in space-time might be responsible. Despite these sensational ideas, official agencies like the U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. Navy maintain that the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other heavily traveled part of the ocean, and that most incidents can be attributed to natural hazards and human error. Still, the legend endures. The sheer scale of the ocean, the suddenness of some disappearances, and the lack of definitive answers keep the Bermuda Triangle shrouded in mystery. The ocean, after all, is a place where the unknown still reigns. Leaving behind the legends and unanswered questions of the Bermuda Triangle, we encounter another chilling mystery from the depths: the phenomenon of vanished submarines. Throughout history, submarines, massive, high-tech vessels designed to withstand the crushing pressures of the deep, have disappeared without a trace. One of the most haunting years was 1968, when 4 submarines from 4 different countries vanished: the American USS Scorpion, the Israeli INS Dakar, the French Minerve, and the Soviet K-129. Despite extensive searches and investigations, the official explanations remain inconclusive, and in some cases, not even wreckage was found. Theories abound. Some suggest accidental torpedo detonations or catastrophic mechanical failures, while others whisper of secret underwater warfare, espionage, or even encounters with unknown forces lurking in the ocean's darkest places. The vastness and inaccessibility of the deep sea mean that when a submarine disappears, it often becomes part of the ocean's eternal silence, its fate sealed far from the eyes of the world. The mystery of the lost submarines is a stark reminder. Even with all our technology, the ocean remains a realm where human presence is fleeting and fragile, and where some secrets may never be recovered. The disappearance of submarines is one of the ocean's most unsettling enigmas, combining advanced technology, human ambition, and the unforgiving nature of the deep. Unlike ships or airplanes, submarines are designed to operate in near total secrecy, often traveling at great depths where sunlight never penetrates and communication with the surface is limited or impossible. When one of these vessels vanishes, it often leaves behind little more than unanswered questions and a chilling sense of vulnerability. The events of 1968 remain especially haunting. The USS Scorpion, a nuclear-powered American submarine, was lost in the Atlantic with 99 crew members on board. Its last transmission gave no indication of trouble, and when it failed to arrive at its home port, an extensive search began. Months later, the wreckage was found more than 3,000 meters below the surface, but the cause of its sinking is still debated, ranging from a torpedo malfunction to possible hostile action. That same year, the Israeli submarine INS Dakar disappeared in the Mediterranean Sea while en route to its new home. The last radio message from the crew was routine, but the vessel never arrived. For decades, its fate was a national mystery in Israel, until its wreckage was finally discovered in 1999, at a depth of nearly 3,000 meters. The circumstances of its loss remain unclear. The French submarine Minerve and the Soviet K-129 were also lost in 1968, both under mysterious circumstances. The Minerve vanished just off the coast of France during a routine training exercise, and despite extensive searches, its wreckage was not found until 2019, over 50 years later. The K-129 disappeared in the vast Pacific, and the details of its loss are shrouded in Cold War secrecy and speculation about espionage, sabotage, or even collision with an American submarine. What makes these disappearances so disturbing is the silence that follows. The ocean's depths are so vast and inaccessible that even the most advanced search efforts can fail. Black boxes and emergency beacons are often useless at such depths, and currents can scatter debris for miles. For the families of those lost, there is rarely closure. Only the knowledge that somewhere, far beneath the waves, their loved ones remain entombed in darkness. The ocean guards its secrets well, and the fate of these submarines serves as a stark reminder of how little control we truly have when we venture into its depths. Another chilling mystery from the depths of the ocean is the phenomenon known as the bloop. In 1997, an ultra-low frequency and extremely powerful underwater sound was detected by sensors thousands of miles apart in the South Pacific Ocean. The sound was so loud and distinct that it baffled scientists and sparked wild speculation about its origin. Initially, some believed that the bloop could be the call of a gigantic unknown sea creature, far larger than any known animal. This idea captured the imagination of many, fueling theories about undiscovered monsters lurking in the abyss. However, further research suggested that the sound was more likely caused by natural phenomena, such as the cracking and shifting of massive icebergs, known as icequakes. Despite these scientific explanations, the bloop remains a symbol of the ocean's mysteries, an eerie reminder that the deep sea still holds secrets beyond our understanding. The vastness and inaccessibility of the ocean make it a place where strange and unexplained phenomena can occur, leaving us to wonder what else might be hidden beneath the waves. The story of the bloop is one of the most captivating modern mysteries of the ocean. In 1997, Scientists from the U.S. National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, detected an ultra-low-frequency, high-amplitude sound in the remote South Pacific, west of South America. The sound was so powerful that it was picked up by underwater microphones more than 3,000 miles apart, a feat unmatched by any known animal or man-made source at the time. The bloop lasted about a minute, and when played at higher speed sounded eerily organic, almost like the call of a massive creature from the deep. This uncanny, almost biological signature fueled wild speculation. Was it a giant squid, a colossal whale, or even a sea monster unknown to science? The idea that something larger, and perhaps more mysterious than a blue whale, could be lurking in the abyss captured imaginations worldwide. Some even wondered if the bloop was evidence of a creature beyond anything ever discovered, hiding in the unexplored reaches of the ocean. For years, the true origin of the bloop remained elusive. Scientists considered every possibility, from secret military exercises to underwater volcanic activity. But as more data was gathered, a more natural explanation began to emerge. By 2011, NOAA researchers concluded that the bloop was actually the sound of an ice quake, an iceberg cracking and breaking away from an Antarctic glacier. These ice quakes, caused by the fracturing and movement of massive ice shelves, can generate incredibly powerful, low-frequency sounds that travel thousands of miles through the ocean's depths. Despite this scientific resolution, the bloop remains a symbol of how little we truly know about the ocean. Its story is a reminder that the sea is full of phenomena that can defy our expectations and stir our sense of wonder, and that even today, the line between science and legend is sometimes blurred by the mysteries of the deep. Moving on from the mysterious sounds of the deep, we encounter another secret that blurs the line between natural wonder and ancient legend: the underwater ruins of Yonaguni. Off the coast of Yonaguni, a small island in Japan's Ryukyu archipelago, divers stumbled upon a vast structure submerged beneath the waves. Massive stone terraces, steps, and pillars rise from the ocean floor, forming what appears to be a sunken city or monument. Some of the formations are sharply angular, with flat surfaces and right angles that seem almost too precise to be the work of nature alone. The discovery has sparked intense debate. Some researchers and explorers believe these are the remains of an ancient civilization lost to the sea, perhaps thousands of years ago, long before written history in the region. They point to what looks like roads, staircases, and even carvings on the stone as evidence of human craftsmanship. If true, Yonaguni could rewrite what we know about early cultures in Asia and the history of human settlement. Skeptics, however, argue that the formations are the result of natural geological processes. The region is known for its tectonic activity, and the local sandstone is prone to fracturing in straight lines, creating shapes that can look artificial. According to this view, the ruins are simply a remarkable example of what the forces of nature can produce over millennia. To this day, the Yonaguni monument remains unexplained. Whether it is a relic of a forgotten civilization or a masterpiece of geology, its silent presence beneath the waves invites endless fascination and speculation. The Yonaguni monument, often called Japan's Atlantis, is one of the most debated and enigmatic underwater discoveries of the modern era. Discovered in the mid-1980s by diver Kihachiro Aratake off the coast of Yonaguni Island, this massive stone structure lies about 25 meters below the surface and measures roughly 50 meters long by 20 meters wide. Its sharply defined terraces, broad platforms, and angular steps immediately sparked controversy. Are these the remains of a lost civilization, or simply the product of natural geological forces? Supporters of the artificial origin theory, such as marine geologist Masaki Kimura, point to features like what appear to be stairs, avenues, terraces, and even animal-shaped statues and possible carvings. Kimura and others have suggested that the monument could be the work of the Jomon people, who inhabited Japan thousands of years ago, or perhaps even the legendary lost continent of Mu. Some estimates place the monument's age at over 10,000 years, which, if true, would make it older than the pyramids of Egypt and potentially rewrite the story of early civilization in Asia. The monument's geometric shapes and the apparent absence of loose blocks on its flat surfaces further fuel speculation that human hands may have played a role in its creation. On the other hand, many geologists and skeptics argue that the Yonaguni monument is a natural formation, shaped by the region's intense seismic activity, ocean currents, and the natural fracturing of sandstone. They point out that similar geometric rock formations can be found elsewhere in the world, such as the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland or the Bimini Road in the Bahamas, where nature alone created seemingly artificial shapes. The lack of artifacts like tools or pottery, and the fact that the structure is attached to a larger rock mass rather than built from individual blocks, are cited as evidence against a human origin. Despite decades of study, no definitive proof has emerged for either side. The monument's underwater location, strong currents, and the absence of clear archaeological evidence make it a challenging site to investigate. Yet its mystery continues to attract divers, scientists, and adventurers from around the world, all drawn by the possibility that Yonaguni could be a window into a forgotten chapter of human history, or a stunning example of nature's ability to mimic the works of man. Leaving the enigmatic ruins of Yonaguni behind, we descend even deeper into one of the most extreme and least explored places on Earth, the Mariana Trench. Located in the western Pacific Ocean, the Mariana Trench plunges nearly 11,000 meters, over 36,000 feet below the surface, deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Its lowest point, known as Challenger Deep, is the deepest known spot in the world's oceans. Despite its significance, only a handful of manned expeditions have ever reached the bottom, and the trench remains largely unexplored. What makes the Mariana Trench so mysterious is not just its depth, but what might exist within its pitch-black, crushing environment. Scientists have discovered bizarre life forms adapted to the extreme pressure and cold, creatures with translucent bodies, bioluminescent organs, and features unlike anything seen elsewhere on the planet. Some organisms survive by feeding on chemicals that seep from the Earth's crust, rather than relying on sunlight. The trench is also a place of scientific intrigue. Researchers have found traces of pollutants like plastics and radioactive materials, even in its deepest sediments, raising questions about how far human impact has reached. There are also rumors and unconfirmed reports of unidentified objects, strange sounds, and even massive unknown creatures lurking in the abyss. The Mariana Trench is a stark reminder of how much remains hidden beneath the waves. It challenges our understanding of life, geology, and the limits of human exploration. Every descent into its depths brings new surprises, and the sense that, in the ocean's darkest places, there are still secrets waiting to be discovered. The Mariana Trench is a realm where the ordinary rules of life and physics seem to break down. At nearly 7 miles deep, the pressure at the bottom is over 1,000 times greater than at sea level, enough to crush most submarines and all but the most specialized scientific equipment. Temperatures hover just above freezing, and sunlight never penetrates its inky black waters. Yet, despite these harsh conditions, the trench is home to a surprising array of life. Among the most fascinating discoveries are the so-called Hadal creatures, organisms that have adapted to survive in an environment that would be instantly lethal to most life on Earth. These include amphipods the size of prawns, ghostly snailfish with translucent skin, and giant single-celled organisms called xenophyophores, which can reach sizes far larger than their shallow water relatives. Many of these creatures rely on chemosynthesis, drawing energy from chemicals that seep through hydrothermal vents and cold seeps, rather than from sunlight. The trench is also a scientific time capsule. Sediment samples from Challenger Deep have revealed traces of radioactive fallout from nuclear tests conducted decades ago, as well as microplastics, evidence that even the most remote places on Earth are not immune to human influence. These findings have raised urgent questions about the long-term impact of pollution and the interconnectedness of the planet's ecosystems. Exploration of the Mariana Trench has been limited by technology and cost. Only a few manned missions have reached its depths, most notably the 1960 descent by Jacques Picard and Don Walsh in the bathyscaphe Trieste, and James Cameron's solo dive in 2012. Each journey has revealed new species and geological features, but the vast majority of the trench remains unexplored. Legends and rumors persist about what might still be hidden in the trench's darkness. Some speculate about enormous undiscovered creatures, modern-day sea monsters that could dwarf anything known to science. Others point to mysterious sounds, like the Western Pacific biotwang, recorded by underwater microphones, as evidence that the trench still holds surprises. The Mariana Trench is a stark reminder of how little we truly know about our own planet. It is a place where the boundaries of science, myth, and the unknown blur, a frontier that continues to challenge and inspire those who dare to explore its depths. From the crushing depths of the Mariana Trench, we move to another of the ocean's most captivating secrets: the existence of giant sea creatures, some confirmed, others still the stuff of legend. For centuries, sailors returned from long voyages, with tales of massive, mysterious animals lurking beneath the waves. Some described tentacled monsters large enough to drag ships under, while others spoke of enormous serpents or shadowy shapes glimpsed in the moonlit sea. Many of these stories were dismissed as exaggeration or myth, until science began to catch up. In recent decades, the discovery of the giant squid has proven that enormous, elusive creatures do exist in the deep. Growing up to 13 meters, 43 feet, long, the giant squid was once thought to be a legend. But now we have photographs and even video footage of these animals in their natural habitat. Even more mysterious is the colossal squid, which can reach even greater weights, and has been found only in the cold, dark waters near Antarctica. Yet, the ocean is vast, and much remains unseen. Fishermen and researchers continue to report sightings of massive sharks, like the rarely encountered megamouth and the elusive Greenland shark, which can live for centuries. There are also unconfirmed reports of creatures even larger, so-called sea monsters, that have never been captured or fully documented. The existence of these giants reminds us that the ocean is still a frontier, where the boundaries between myth and reality are often blurred. With so much of the deep sea unexplored, it's possible that even larger and stranger creatures remain undiscovered, waiting in the darkness far below the surface. The world of giant sea creatures is more than just legend. It's a reality that continues to surprise and challenge scientists. Among the most extraordinary are the giant squid and the colossal squid, two of the largest invertebrates ever discovered in the ocean's depths. Giant squids, belonging to the Architeuthidea family, can reach lengths of up to 40-50 feet, thanks in part to their incredibly long arms and tentacles. They are found in deep waters across the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, typically at depths greater than 1,000 feet. Their bodies are long and streamlined, with huge eyes adapted to the darkness and two long tentacles lined with suckers and teeth for catching prey. Despite their size, giant squids are rarely seen alive. Most of what we know comes from specimens washed ashore or caught in fishing nets. Colossal squids, on the other hand, are even heavier and more robust, though they are generally shorter in overall length, averaging around 30-40 feet. What sets them apart is their massive, dense bodies, which can weigh up to 500 kilograms or more, making them the heaviest invertebrates known to science. Colossal squids are found only in the cold, deep waters of the Southern Ocean near Antarctica, often at depths exceeding 3,000 feet. Their arms and tentacles are equipped with sharp, swiveling hooks, and they possess the largest eyes of any animal on Earth, sometimes reaching up to 30 centimeters in diameter. These adaptations help them hunt in total darkness and defend themselves against predators like the sperm whale. Despite being the subject of scientific study, both giant and colossal squids remain shrouded in mystery. Their elusive nature, the vastness of their habitats, and the rarity of live encounters mean that much about their behavior, life cycles, and populations is still unknown. The discovery of these creatures has proven that the ocean can still surprise us with animals that seem to belong to another world, fueling speculation about what other giants might still be hidden in the unexplored depths. One of the ocean's most enduring and perplexing mysteries is the phenomenon of phantom islands. Land masses that once appeared on maps were reported by sailors and sometimes even visited, only to vanish without a trace. These islands, unlike legendary lost continents, were believed to exist in modern times but later proved to be illusions, errors, or perhaps something more mysterious. A famous example is Bermeja, an island that appeared on maps of the Gulf of Mexico for centuries. Explorers and navigators described its location in detail, and its existence was considered so certain that it played a role in defining maritime boundaries and oil rights. Yet, when modern expeditions set out to find Bermeja, they found nothing: no land, no reef, not even a trace. Some scientists suggest it may have eroded away, but this is widely considered implausible given the lack of evidence. Others propose a cartographic error, repeated for over 400 years. More conspiratorial theories claim Bermeja was deliberately destroyed or erased from records due to its strategic importance for oil reserves, but no proof has ever surfaced. To this day, the fate of Bermeja remains unsolved, a reminder of how even in the age of satellites, the ocean can still keep its secrets. Other phantom islands, like High Brazil off the coast of Ireland, were said to appear only rarely, sometimes shrouded in mist, sometimes vanishing as ships approached. Sailors described encounters with mysterious lands, castles, and even strange inhabitants, only for later explorers to find nothing but open sea. Some islands, such as Tianimanu in the Pacific, were inhabited and disappeared suddenly, likely due to natural disasters like earthquakes and tsunamis, leaving only oral histories and legends behind. There are also ghost islands that appear and disappear due to volcanic activity or shifting sands, like the temporary islands observed in the Caspian Sea, which emerge after underwater eruptions, and then vanish again within years or even months. These stories of vanishing islands challenge our understanding of the ocean and our confidence in maps and technology. They remind us that the sea is a realm of change, illusion, and sometimes unsolved mysteries. Phantom islands are a haunting testament to the ocean's ability to confound even the most careful explorers and cartographers. For centuries, these mysterious land masses appeared on nautical charts, inspired countless expeditions, and sometimes played roles in international disputes, only to later vanish from both sight and record. The story of Bermeja is particularly intriguing. First charted in the 16th century, Bermeja was described as a small, flat island in the Gulf of Mexico. It appeared on Spanish maps for hundreds of years and was referenced in legal documents and treaties. But in the late 20th and early 21st centuries, when its precise location became geopolitically important for oil rights, exhaustive searches by ships, planes, and even satellites found nothing. Theories about its fate range from natural erosion and submersion to deliberate destruction, or even a centuries-old cartographic hoax. Yet no definitive evidence has ever been found to explain its disappearance. High Brazil, another famous phantom island, was long believed to lie west of Ireland. It appeared on maps as early as the 14th century and was described by sailors as a place shrouded in mist, visible only once every 7 years. Legends spoke of advanced civilizations, strange animals, and even magical properties. Despite numerous expeditions, no trace of High Brazil has ever been found, and it eventually vanished from maps by the 19th century. Today, some speculate that sightings were optical illusions caused by atmospheric conditions, while others wonder if shifting sandbanks or volcanic activity might have temporarily created land that later disappeared. Other islands, like Sandy Island in the Coral Sea, were included in navigation charts until as recently as 2012, when a scientific expedition found only open water where the island was supposed to be. Satellite imagery confirmed its absence, and the island was officially undiscovered and removed from maps. Such incidents highlight how even in the era of GPS and satellite mapping, errors and mysteries can persist. The phenomenon of phantom islands is not always rooted in fantasy. Some islands are real but ephemeral, created by volcanic eruptions or shifting sands, only to be reclaimed by the sea within years or decades. Others may have been misidentified icebergs, floating pumice, or mirages caused by unusual atmospheric conditions. Ultimately, phantom islands are a reminder of how the ocean remains a place of uncertainty and wonder. They challenge our assumptions about what is permanent and what is fleeting, and they hint at how much of the world's history and its secrets still lies hidden beneath the waves. As we conclude our journey through the ocean's greatest mysteries, we are reminded of just how much remains hidden beneath the waves. From vanished ships and unexplained sounds to ancient ruins, giant creatures, and islands that appear and disappear, the ocean continues to guard its secrets fiercely. Each mystery challenges us to keep exploring, to question what we think we know, and to marvel at the wonders and enigmas of our planet. If you found this exploration fascinating, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more journeys into the unknown. Let me know in the comments which ocean secret intrigued you the most, or share your own theories about what might still be waiting to be discovered beneath the surface. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep your curiosity alive.